Luma Labs Dream Machine is an amazing new video generation tool that does a great job with object permanence, with moving objects through space and characters through space, as well as making settings very dynamic. It's in beta, so let's jump into it right away and see how it works. So here we are in Luma Labs Dream Machine. And as you can see right away, when you're looking at this, you might think it's like Sora, where you can essentially generate images that are very near photorealistic with this moving cinematography, as you can see with these pigs talking to this bear, this pig is talking to these people. You've got, a very dynamic camera shot with the pan going in. These look like as good as you can get in terms of video generation, and it is actually that good. So let's jump in and try it. Now, one caveat I will say right now is that Luma Labs is in super, super high demand. So in this case, I've prompted it up to hours beforehand, and it took 3 to 4 hours to generate these few clips that you can see here. So in usual, it takes 120 seconds, but because a lot of people are experimenting with it right now, they've got high demand. So hopefully that will all go down by the time that you start generating. Nevertheless, it's a huge caveat because it's very hot right now. Now, in the case of generating, it is going to be fairly flexible in terms of what you can do with it. As you can see, I've prompted here green blobs staring up into space, and it did a really good job of generating exactly that, right? This is pretty much what I was thinking I wanted to see. In the case of the eyeball spaceship flying through space, this is another example of something that I tried to do, and it generated quite nicely, although it didn't get it, as sophisticated as a spaceship as I wanted. In this case, we've got a man in therapy session, and here they are. This guy's getting psychoanalyzed, right? So as you can see, I just generated it with very few words, and we are already getting some really nice outputs, albeit that here the caveat is that I'm going to have to keep generating multiple times to get exactly what I want, as well as to give a lot more detail. And the interface is also very simple, right? So all I need to do is I can jump into here and say, man prompting computer with ideas, and the computer responds with voice, right? I could even do that. And in this case, you have a little setting here that says enhance prompt, which is going to change the prompt to adjust it to what Luma Labs is good at understanding. Most of the time when I've tried this without the enhanced prompt, it doesn't do as well. So it is worth putting in the enhanced prompt and just clicking in on return here. Now, of course, once again, the caveat is that it is going to go into a queue and it's going to take a while. So this is the biggest caveat to Luma Labs. This is just kind of a quick look into how it works and how simple it is to use. There aren't a lot of parameters, right? You can't really do much with it beyond the descriptions that you have. So the tip here is to do a lot of description, right? The more description that you have, the more kind of output that you're gonna get that's exactly what you want. Otherwise, it's going to take liberties here. In this case, this is almost like a 1990s film. In this case, this is kind of like a 1950s film, right? So because I'm not prompting it with any specific inputs here, it is just kind of taking liberties with that. In the case of playing around with more prompting, you'll see that it's going to do a lot more with that. So the more description you can have, the more you're going to get out of it. So it's not like all the other current video generation tools out there, which have a full suite of features like lip syncing and style transfer and all these other things. In this case, Luma Labs is just focusing on being able to generate. Now, this is obviously going to change very rapidly. The video generation space is extremely competitive. So what we highly expect is a lot more tuning that the users are going to be able to do, so that, let's say that I am generating man in therapy session here and I don't like it. Maybe I can change the style of it. I can add more words to it. I can also, change the specific characters. I can select them, all of that. That is definitely going to happen at any moment as the space heats up even faster. So I hope that you get access and you can play. Of course, caveat, you got to be patient because it is slow right now. But I think that once you get access and you start playing around, it's going to be really amazing. So I hope to see all the videos that you make out there, and happy generating.